Hazrat Imam Muhammad Baqir, the fifth Imam in Shia Islam, holds a revered place as a scholar and spiritual leader, recognized for his deep knowledge and understanding of Islam. Born in 676 CE in Medina to Imam Zainul Abideen, the fourth Imam, and Fatima bint al-Hasan, the granddaughter of Imam Ali and Fatima al-Zahra, he descended from both the Prophet Muhammad's family and Imam Hasan's lineage. Known as Baqir al-Uloom, the one who opens up knowledge, Imam Muhammad al-Baqir's life was dedicated to expanding Islamic knowledge, guiding the Shia community, and preserving the spiritual teachings
Imam
of the
Muhammad
Prophet al-Baqir's family background positioned him uniquely for the role he would play in Islamic history. His father, Imam Zainul Abideen, was a prominent figure who lived through the tragedy of Karbala, witnessing the martyrdom of his father, Imam Hussein, and surviving to continue the family's spiritual mission. His mother, Fatima bint al-Hasan, further emphasized his strong lineage, connecting him directly to the two elder grandsons of the Prophet, Imam Hasan and Imam Hussein. The marriage of his parents was celebrated among the Shia community as a union of both branches of Imam Ali's family, thereby uniting the legacy of the Prophet's grandchildren in him. Although Imam Muhammad al-Baqir was only a young child during the Battle of Karbala, the experience shaped his perspective and inspired his dedication to spreading Islamic knowledge. His father, Imam Zainul Abideen, was one of the few survivors of Karbala and a silent witness to the trials faced by the Prophet's family after the tragedy. Through him, Imam al-Baqir absorbed the sorrow, resilience, and wisdom that became a defining part of his life. As the only son of Imam Zainul Abideen, who lived to maturity, Imam al-Baqir inherited the mission of the imamate, continuing the spiritual guidance of the Prophet's family. Imam Muhammad al-Baqir lived in a period marked by political upheaval. The Umayyad Caliphate, which ruled during his lifetime, was oppressive towards the family of the Prophet and imposed restrictions on their followers. Despite these challenges, Imam al-Baqir focused on educating the Shia community and preserving the Islamic teachings passed down through his forefathers. Recognizing the importance of his scholarly role, Imam al-Baqir established gatherings to teach various fields of Islamic knowledge. He taught students about the Quran, Hadith, Islamic jurisprudence, theology, and ethics, developing the foundational principles that would shape Shia thought and practices. Imam al-Baqir's contributions to Islamic knowledge went beyond religious teachings. He also contributed to fields like mathematics, astronomy, and medicine. His teachings were inclusive, attracting followers not only from the Shia community but also from Sunni Muslims and scholars who respected his knowledge and insights. By addressing various dimensions of learning, he set a precedent for the role of the imams as both religious leaders. A
and
notable
intellectual
aspect of
figures.
Imam Baqir's leadership
The term
was his
Baqir
emphasis on
al-Uloom,
spiritual
meaning
purity
the
and
splitter of
ethics.
knowledge reflects his
He
commitment
encouraged
to
his followers
uncovering
to cultivate
and sharing
personal
hidden
virtue,
depths of
sincerity
wisdom
in
with his
worship,
followers,
and humility, advocating a return to the original teachings of Islam. The moral and ethical guidelines he provided were intended to foster a strong sense of community and spiritual identity among Muslims, focusing on compassion, honesty, and adherence to Islamic principles. His approach emphasized the importance of living a life dedicated to God's service, not just through rituals but through moral conduct in everyday life. One of the major aspects of Imam al-Baqir's role as an imam was his guidance in matters of Sharia, or Islamic law. He clarified many ambiguities in Islamic jurisprudence, providing insights that would later become part of the Shia legal tradition. He promoted an understanding of Sharia that emphasized mercy and justice, discouraging rigid interpretations that might lead to hardship for the Muslim community. Imam al-Baqir's approach to jurisprudence was based on the idea that the ultimate purpose of Islamic law is to foster justice, compassion, and societal well-being. In the political context of the Umayyad dynasty's rule, Imam al-Baqir faced significant oppression and surveillance. Despite these pressures, he continued his mission quietly, avoiding direct political confrontation. This strategy enabled him to focus on education and spiritual guidance, helping the Shia community grow in resilience and understanding. His patience and wisdom allowed him to navigate the political complexities of his time while remaining committed to his role as a religious leader. Imam Muhammad al-Baqir passed away in 733 C. 114a and was buried in Jannat al-Baqi, the sacred cemetery in Medina, alongside his father, Imam Zainul Abideen, and his son, Imam Ja'far al-Sadiq, who succeeded him as the sixth Imam. His grave became a place of pilgrimage for Shia Muslims, who continued contributions to Islamic thought and spiritual guidance had a lasting impact on the Shia community. In 1925, to preserving and spreading the teachings of the Prophet Muhammad, and his family laid the foundation for the intellectual and spiritual growth of Shia Islam. By emphasizing knowledge, ethics, and the inner dimensions of faith, he created a legacy that transcended his era, influencing generations of scholars, students, and spiritual seekers. His teachings continue to be studied, and his memory is cherished by those who regard him as an exemplary figure in the path of Islamic scholarship and spirituality.